before we get into today's video, I just want to firstly thank my current subscribers, some of you guys that have given me information or tips and tricks, if you like, around my half marathon block. What I'm going to say right off the bat, there's one of you that has given me advice around using chat, GPT, always struggle with that, but chat, about how to train and to put in the numbers from your training block around times and cadence and all that sort of stuff. That has been a complete game changer for me. Since using chat, I've kind of got a clearer picture of where I'm going with my half marathon block. So I will put the name on the screen now, the gentleman or the person that's recommended me that information. Thank you so much. It's working a treat. So what is going on, guys and girls? I'm doing this video predominantly for the subscribers that have already subscribed to this channel to give you kind of like an update on my half marathon block. Kind of in week 3 at the moment, today being Monday. And yeah, it's going okay. It's going okay. Yesterday, I done a 10-mile run at the best part. I think it was like 9:20 pace. And there's, you know, look, 10 miles isn't that far until you run 10 miles. Because at this stage, I've only been running the best part of, what, 12 months? And the furthest I've run is just over 10 miles. So even the fact that I'm thinking of running like a half marathon and doing it at like 1:42, 1:44 is some going. And it's something that I'm pretty proud of. Now, the reality is as well is that I have a manual job. And why do I mention that? Why is it important? Because unless you're doing a manual job such as plastering, bricklaying, landscaping, etc., and you're involved with blue collar work, you're not really going to understand the extra commitment that it takes to run, say, a half marathon or do that training or go to the gym and have those disciplines. It isn't as straightforward as if you're sitting in front of a computer all day playing around with Excel spreadsheets. It's just not the same. So anyone that is doing any sort of kind of training around half marathons or marathons, all that sort of jazz, while they are doing blue collared work, I applaud you. And as for me with my training, yeah, it's not easy as if I was sitting in front of a computer. I mean, there's other challenges around that as well. You know, last week I was really ill. I still am quite ill, to be honest with you. I've got like a cold sort of gone onto my chest. And when that happens, everything is harder, 10x, than it would normally be, as if you are, well, you know, life with regards to, you know, family and friends and commitments. You know, the other half wanting to do things at the weekend. We're quite close to our family. The family wants to see us and all this sort of jazz. So when you add all that stuff together on top of blue collar work and you're trying to train for, say, a half marathon, it can become quite challenging. And for me personally, this is where I think discipline comes in over, say, motivation. You know, it's really important to be disciplined, to really have discipline in place. And one thing that's made discipline really easy for me personally is to have goals. And I use these goals to make decisions with. Not necessarily going to be achieving these goals, but I use these goals to make decisions with. So to give you an example, the half marathon that I've got booked in October on the 11th, and I've got another one booked in Barcelona in February next year. And these are goals that I've got in place. So as an example, the one in October, as I say, I want to run that in 1:42, 1:44. That's the goal. So the reason I share this with you is because I use goals to make decisions with, okay? And if you don't have goals in place, if you don't have targets in place, it's really easy to fall off the wagon. And let me give you an example. So as it stands at the moment, half marathon block that I'm training for in October, I'm aiming to get between 1:42, 1:44 time. That's the goal. Now, will I achieve that? I don't know. But it's the goal that I use to make decisions by. And let me give you an example of that. Yesterday morning, I felt terrible when I woke up. Chesty cough, not feeling well at all. And I really could have done with just sitting in front of the telly, eating sausage sandwiches and coffee or drinking coffee and just really having an easy day. But instead I laced up and I done my 10-mile run. And the reason I done that and what made me disciplined to actually take that choice and decision was because of my goals. When I looked at my goals, I'm like, is this going to, by going for this run today, is this going to bring me closer to my 142 or 144 goal, or is it going to bring me further away? And the answer to that question is going to bring me closer. And that is what made me put on my running shoes, lace up and get out the door. So the reason that I'm sharing this with you is because I think it's really important for all of us to have goals in place. We are goal orientated human beings, whether we like it or not. I think that even on a unconscious level, we are trying to achieve goals deep down. And if you don't have something in place to train for or to achieve, it's really easy to sort of avoid the things that need to be done, such as running or lifting weights. Because for me personally, and that's why I started this whole journey of running and lifting weights and so on, is because I wanted a better version of me. I wanted to be able to challenge or to be able to battle the challenges that are presented to me on a day-to-day basis. And the reality is that running and lifting weights has made my life much easier on a day-to-day basis because I'm fit and strong compared to a version of me, say 12 or 18 months ago, that was on the beer, not a very good lifestyle, eating terrible food, staying out late, just letting life kind of control me instead of me controlling my life, so to speak. And the reason that I'm sharing that with you is basically, on the point I'm trying to make, is that I think goals are really important for all of us to have in place. Now, with that said, this is just a quick update video for my current subscribers that have come into the channel quite recently, because you're probably here to see me on my half marathon journey and documentary. Again, if you're new to the channel, please consider to subscribe. There's loads of content that I'm doing around running and lifting weights and looking after yourself and all that sort of jazz for tradesmen, plasterers, blue-collared workers, anyone that's on the tools or doing a physical job on a day-to-day basis. This channel is kind of morphing into a, like, if I can do it, you can do it too kind of a channel. And if you're interested in following me on my journey, please consider to like, subscribe to the channel. And apart from that, I will see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching, and speak soon.